The funny thing is that society is going to correct itself. We have a lack of families. People don't adhere to the nuclear family structure that's designed to raise children and all of that. The only people that are going to thrive in society are the ones who focus on keeping their family together.
Mhm.
So that ethnic switch that we were talking about, like, we talk too much about white people and their white people are literally suffering the same way black people are. If black people got the flu, white people got a really bad cold right now. So they're following right behind us. So the South Americans, the Mexicans, they gonna be popping out here.
When men get to that same age, what are they going to do? Because we're both in the same. When you're at retirement age, that's the retirement age.
I
So
don't
that
Men work very close to their death date. Men work pretty much the entirety of their life.
because we die earlier. So I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't know how much I
That's
agree.
the
so
answer.
sad.
be freaking
I don't
out.
know how much I agree with that argument, but I will say it's a compelling argument, especially because Social Security will probably implode on itself because
Yeah,
we're not replacing the workers like that.
Yeah.
That would be a stronger argument to add on to that. That
Not
if
going to
you
be.
have,
And women keep saying retirement, retirement, retirement. Women don't make enough or save enough for retirement as it is today. They don't.
Mhm.
So that's not
consumer
going to be. That's why I said we need to stop talking about nursing home. These women are going to be homeless.
Mhm.
Their children aren't going to want to take care of them. They won't even have the means to, right? They don't have any assets, anything to sell. They won't have any life insurance. They their 401k is going to be depleted, within 2 years. Probably going to have 25K in it because they didn't do the matching or anything properly, right? So I mean, we're going to see the effects of this probably, yeah, in about 25 years, but it's going to be bad. But the funny thing is that society is going to correct itself. We have a lack of families. People don't adhere to the nuclear family structure that's designed to raise children and all of that. The only people that are going to thrive in society are the ones who focus on keeping their family together.
Mhm.
So that ethnic switch that we were talking about, like, we talk too much about white people and their white people are literally suffering the same way black people are. If black people got the flu, white people got a really bad cold right now. So they're following right behind us. So the South Americans, the Mexicans, they gonna be popping out here. They keep their families together. Somebody, if 12 people already live in the house, somebody gonna take care of grandma in there.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? And then everybody gonna work to take care of that person that take care of grandma. So they got the structure figured out. Africans are gonna be the only black people you gonna see in about 50 years. If they my complexion, they're gonna be like, hello, how are you? They're gonna have that voice. Who else? Who else? Middle
but
Eastern
like,
people.
I don't think that part is true because, like specifically like FBA or ADOS, we are some of the most survivalist people that you can imagine. It might
Well, what I'm
seem
saying, this is the thing. The Passport Brothers isn't just a movement. That's a real thing. What I'm
what
saying is ADOS people are going to be racially ambiguous. You're not going to be able to tell what race they are because they're gonna be breeded out. So ADOS people are gonna be mixed. They're gonna be like all mixed people in 50 to 100 years. That's what I'm saying.
do you think it's an agenda pushing that right now?
It's not an agenda. It's like nobody's pushing the agenda. It's what's happening by nature. When you break up the nuclear family and black men aren't marrying black women, it's something that's naturally gonna occur.
But is it that black men aren't marrying black? And this is just a question that I'm posing.
Mhm.
Is it that black men aren't marrying black women, or they're just not marrying? Because I think that's some
Well,
of the issue too.
I
Is
get
that
what
it's
you're
not
saying,
just
but
that. Yeah, I don't think it's just that they're not marrying black women.
well,
They're just not getting
remember, black men primarily want to marry black women. So if
married.
they're not exactly. If they don't find some black women marriageable, then they just won't get married. And then now, what you're going to see with this Passport Brothers movement, if men start getting viable options for marriage, so it's going to happen later, right? You're going to see it jump from in black community age of first marriage instead of 29.7, it's going to be like 36.7 because it don't matter when a man get married.
Mhm.
It
It don't
does.
matter. So
You
he could
said
be 40. Say again.
Shan, you say it does?
It
No,
does.
it does. Well, we were looking at research and
That
just kind of
suggests
saying some of the
research
stuff.
suggests it does. And
Why?
What do you mean? What matters? How?
okay, so when men, so that men confuse quality of sperm with quantity of sperm. It is a known fact from research. So what happened was they did a study. More men are starting to date younger women. And so what they noticed is that some of the higher risk factors that were normally for women of age were being shown in these kids from the younger women. And then they thought, well, let's look at the man. And so there were some, they looked at the sperm quality, not the quantity, because we know that you can produce a kid, but we're talking about the quality of the sperm.
I mean,
And
that's
so,
biology. Yeah.
Yeah. So you deform it more special needs, more the leukemia rate went up with those kids. It was a lot of things, and we all know from back in the day. You know how you had to have one friend who had the old parents, and you was like he wasn't quite.
No, I seen a study like that too, and it said that the results was inconclusive.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've seen several. These weren't these were like ongoing studies because it's more than one. Because I think
the one that I saw was really more about having more inviable sperm count. Like, but you know, eventually that's the one that I saw.
Once you produce a child, your chances of there being a deformity is greater per every child.
I mean, I would believe that just from but I'm probably sure like it's not some kind of significant number. Because that would be 100% a truth bomb that women would use in every YouTube talking point if it was that high.
Most people don't read. Me are mistaken. This is what we do. So you can look it up right now. I can step back and you can just research it yourself. I mean, there are definitely more than one study, several studies out about it. About the male sperm quality after a certain age. I think it was like 50, and then the older you got per one, it was just like, you know, it's the quality, not the quantity, but the quality. And it makes sense. Why do you think?
No, I was gonna say it even makes sense.
And you 50, 60 years old.
It makes sense. So I won't even discredit it because it makes perfect sense. But they can still have men who
you can still have kids, absolutely. If quality doesn't make a difference, you don't care, then sure you can have children.
I was like, they can still have kids, which is, you know, my particular argument. So especially if they felt like they missed out on it. Most men, as we already know, aren't having sex, and they damn sure aren't getting women pregnant because women are going after the same groups of men and getting pregnant by, you know, a small percentage of men. So when they figure out,
somebody just said, and women cannot. That's not true at all.
Well, women have the same birth defect factors as they age, but it's actually more prevalent for them. You know,
it's a gamble. The thing about it is, it's a gamble either way. So you don't know.
It's not a gamble either way.
Listen. You're talking about. Yes, it is. If you go look into, and I hate to say it this way,
a geriatric pregnancy.
Statistically, for women, the risks are much greater when they start having kids.
Sure. I'm talking about the result of the child, like meaning when if you're taking, I would hope that nobody's sitting here going, well, you know what, I don't care about the quality of my child. You know, I would hope that we will all want healthy kids.
Yeah.
You know, to do what's best. Not to say we should. It's kind of like, yeah, you can, but why would you if you know that that's not the best?
I mean, damn, any man, even as a man who doesn't, you know, really want to speak on childbirth, watching the act of childbirth lets you know. Watching the act of childbirth lets you know it's a young woman's game. Good God.
Marcus,
I was in there
are you looking it up?
Yeah.
How were you a pro? No, I'm just joking.
That's a young woman's game, yo.
Like and fluid and production.
I can't imagine what's her name? Betty White.
Go the decrease. Here, I'll put in the back chat.
With her legs in the stirrup.
Yeah, I knew a guy actually when I lived in New York where my husband worked. He was a congressman, and he had a kid. I think he was like 75.
Yep.
So yeah, and his
you know they be getting them with that booty. Yep. That young booty.
But what's so sad about that is that having a kid at that age, you definitely ain't gonna be around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, you ain't gonna be around.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it.
You're gonna get raised by the mom and hopefully a new daddy.
Right.
You're probably hot. You probably look hella good.
If you was to go back in time, what age would you say is the ideal age for women to get married?
25.
Second that.
Yeah, you agree with that?
Women
Shane?
don't have time to waste.